Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Gerard Pique, as it has been reported that Barcelona wish to fast-track the departure of the out-of-favor defensive ace. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Pablo Gavi, of course, who won the Golden Boy Award today. The player have recently spoken after winning that accolade, saying that it is an honor for him to win. We are going to be discussing on everything he had to say. So guys, before we get right into the story in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. A recent report from Dario Sport has offered an update on the future of Gerard Pique. The veteran defender has fallen out of favor at Barcelona, notably facing immense criticism following his performance against Inter Milan. In light of his poor displays and an apparent lack of prominence in Xavi's first team plans, Barcelona want to fast-track the process of his departure. Pique's current contract at Camp Nou expires in the summer of 2024, but Barcelona are hoping to sanction his exit way before that, as part of their plans to reduce the current wage expenditure, which stands currently at 656 million euros. The Barcelona hierarchy has already vowed to lower the wage budget to 500 million euros. The target could be achievable as Sergio Busquets is set to leave the club following the end of his contract, which expires in 2023. Sergio Roberto is also expected to be released by the club, and Barca seek to further reduce the wage bill by selling Gerard Pique, knowing fully well it will help them sign more players, especially in a summer transfer window where they cannot rely on economic levers anymore. Barcelona's relationship with Pique has not quite been positive lately. The player notably rejected the club's proposal to lower his wages earlier in the season. He has also lost his place in the first team, with Xavi only counting him when other options are out injured. However, the Catalans have plans to convince the veteran defender to leave the club before 2024. They are hoping to inform the player of his status as one of the best defenders to ever play for the club and urge him not to hamper the image of prolonging his stay at the Camp Nou. Xavi backed Pique recently following whistles from the Barcelona fans at Camp Nou during Villarreal clash yesterday, hailing his leadership, but with the defender seemingly losing prominence within the team, an early exit could be on the horizon. Not only Pique, but Barca are already planning for the next season without any of their four current captains. It hasn't been the best of seasons for Gerard Pique's career, and in a season where it is highly expected that it will likely be his last, but it seems as though the defender looks calm and maybe wants to even stay till his contract expires in 2024. Of course, Pique have lost prominence in this team, there's no doubt about that, being Xavi's fifth choice centre-back. Recently, Pique have been playing many games just because other defenders have not been available due to injuries, and he has every right to play because there's nobody there to play at defense. Even though his performances have been subpar, honestly speaking, Pique have not helped the team at all when being called by the manager in a time of crisis when it comes to injuries. And it is widely expected that Barcelona will try to urge him to leave before 2024, and definitely we know Pique is one of the highest earners at the club. That is why the Barca board will be trying their best to ensure that they can convince him to make a move. We know Pique is a legend, there's no doubt about that, but if he continues to stay like this and being whistled by supporters, it makes matters even worse. He does not help himself, he does not help his legacy. I think Pique could have been more respected if he could have left this club when his time was up, but he seemed, he wants to stay more and play like to his 40s or whatever, I don't know. And yesterday, it was a pity when the Camp Nou supporters whistled Pique when he was subbed on, in the game. And that is not how a legend should be treated. And all this, I think, is Pique's fault because he has been insisting. We quite remember back in 2020 after the 8-2 debacle against Bayern Munich, you know, Pique himself went to the media admitting that if this team needs but fresh blood, he will be the first one to step out. But since then, it seems as those were just mere words from Pique. It was just empty words because he have not lived up to the expectations. And definitely, it's quite understandable that Barcelona will try their best to ensure that Pique depart the club despite his contract expiring in 2 years' time. But it's not going to be easy. We know Gerard Piqué is being owed heavily by FC Barcelona. I think in the region of 50 million euros is being owed to Gerard Piqué for deferred payments. So it's going to be something that it's not going to be an easy negotiations after all. But of course, Piqué, if he can succeed to leave the club before next season, it's going to help the wage budget, the wage structure of the team a lot, because he's one of the highest earners in the team, and Barca are looking to offload, to reduce the wage, something that have been there for a lot of years, which have been a problem for us signing players and registering new players in La Liga. So it's going to be important. Busquets' contract expires at the end of the season, and that will help a lot when it comes to the wage structure of Barcelona. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. It has been a fruitful week for Gavi, who was crowned with the Copa Trophy in the Ballon d'Or Gala, ahead of the likes of Jude Bellingham and Eduardo Camavinga. To follow up with it, the Barca youngster won the Golden Boy Award presented by Italian publication Tuttosport just a year after his teammate Pedri received the prestigious accolade. In light of his triumph, Gavi has spoke to Tuttosport, thanking the publication for the award. He said, "Hello, greetings to you all. I want to thank the jurors and the Tuttosport for awarding me with this Golden Boy Award. The youngster also thanks his family for supporting him and FC Barcelona for giving him the platform to showcase his potential at the highest level of football." He said, "I want to thank my family who have always been close to me, both in the good and the bad times. I also want to thank Barcelona, the Spanish national team, and my teammates without whom I could not have won." Since earning his promotion to the senior side, Gavi has become a prominent part of Xavi's plans. He has even moved ahead of Frank Kessié and Frenkie de Jong in the pecking order this term, having featured in 14 matches in all competitions this season. He said, "It is an honor for me to receive this great prize that all young footballers aspire to win. Many thanks, Forca Barca," Gavi concluded. Despite his recent success, Gavi has his task cut out as he looks to help Barcelona keep up with Real Madrid in the title race. The youngster must also perform against Bayern Munich in the Champions League next week, even though Barca's hopes in the competition are dwindling following a draw with Inter Milan. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.